Welcome everybody to this historic moment. We've got a solar eclipse. I don't even want to look at it on the reflection there from the... I've prepared a kind of a... Everybody's got their, there it is. You can see it behind my head. My head is eclipsing. There we go. Boom. Total Cabeza eclipse. Seriously though, we've got the solar eclipse happening today. I'm in New York City. Now, I don't know why, but they've been declaring, states of emergency all over the place as a result of this eclipse. And, Shepard would tell us that it's because it's the return of Planet X. I know that sounds crazy to some people who perhaps haven't heard the full story. If you are not sponsoring the show, please get onto odyssey.com/@crowdsourcethetruth, crowdsourcethetruth.substack.com, or subscribestar.com or patreon.com/crowdsourcethetruth. You're going to be able to see the show we did on Friday with Shepard and John Cullen. That is on John Cullen Investigates. And Shepard was talking about Planet X. Like I said, it may sound crazy, but it was discovered in like 1860, 1880, something like that. Astronomers, they were getting into telescopes and stuff. And remember, they thought that Pluto was the 9th planet at that time. I think they've decided it's a non-planet, but this was the 10th planet, hence the name Planet X. Now, there's a load of crowds all over the place. They were expecting like record crowds. Luckily, I've got a perch to watch it from here in relative privacy on the roof of my apartment building. People have seen this roof before, but let's see if we can see what the sun is doing now. They say it could even ruin the camera on your cell phone, so you want to be careful. Where did it go? I had it in my sights earlier. I have prepared something special to try to photograph it. Now, photographing things like this, you really need to be something of an expert in specialized photography to even get sort of any kind of a workable image. But here we go. There it is. Now, hopefully it's in focus. I've got a special polarizing filter that I created and put on the phone so that we can hopefully get this going. Maybe I can even stop it down a little bit more. I think we see it there. Is it in focus? Again, it's hard to say. You got to be very careful with this sort of stuff, but I think it's going to take quite a while. Hard to tell if it's in focus, but this is supposed to go on from about 2 o'clock in New York till about 4 o'clock, where they're saying you're going to get like 90% eclipsage. I guess we have something there. Right? I was speaking to a friend of mine who is a very experienced professional photographer about this, and I asked him, does he plan to photograph it? And he said no. And I sort of had the same feeling. I mean, it's you really have to have specialized equipment to do this properly. Let's see if we can get it any better. How do we focus it more? That's less. It's possible that it just won't be able to get it into focus. I mean, this is just an iPhone, and we're now digitally zoomed in. Oh, wait. Maybe that's in focus. It just looks like a dot, really. I'm not sure that's too impressive, but let's zoom back out. And but there you go. Welcome to the eclipse. Yeah, so I mean, if you want to see detail there, you're going to need a telescope and all kinds of lens filtration. I hope this doesn't ruin the phone. Obviously, that's not the goal. I don't have any advice for it. It's super hot right now. I wonder, is that a function of the eclipse? Okay, people can see it. Looks good. Looks a little soft. Yeah, zooming in that much I think is not good, but I mean, this blank piece of paper with a pulled hole from a ballpoint pen give a camera obscura effect. Right, but how do you make that work with a cell phone? I guess with more thought, somebody could have come up with a way to photograph this better than I am right here. But, you know, there's something. We'll wait and see what it does. I mean, is it going to get dark? I have a feeling there's going to be professional photographers who will get great footage of the actual eclipse. I sort of just wanted to see what's it going to be like out here during the eclipse. Is it going to get super dark? Didn't they say they're closing a bridge or something? They had all kinds of emergency plans for what to not do or whatever. Where are people watching the eclipse right now? People who are watching this video. Just put some glasses in front of the lens. Well, that's what I did. I got the polarizers from the glasses and I attached them flat to the lens so that, you know, otherwise that would just totally blow out and you wouldn't see anything. So we got a dot with something in front of it there. 90% dark, exactly, Brad. Well, from New York, they said you're going to get 90%. So 90% dark outside, you mean? I guess we'll see. See, I could be live now because I'm up here on the roof of my building and random maniacs can't access me. Oh, we got people showing up, but these are just people who, you know, residents of the apartment building. Wisconsin is viewing it. Yeah, you know, the other thing that was interesting that Shepard pointed out, or no, somebody pointed this out, they were commenting on Twitter after having viewed the video that we did with Shepard and John Cullen. There was some Space Command patch which showed sort of two orbits over the Earth, and one of them was the exact path of this eclipse. And then the other thing that we were talking about, we've got somebody watching here in Charlotte, North Carolina. Master of Blackjack predicts darkness. Yeah, birds will go quiet. Everything, you know, we're going to see all kinds of stuff. So, some kind of historic event. It is very hot. I don't even want to look at the phone screen as I tilt back here, but let's see if we can see it from... Oh, there it is. Right, is that it? I don't know if that's that dramatic, but 35 millimeter negative or slides. No, I don't think that's a good idea. I think you want polarizing filters because that'll actually block out lots of light. And what I've done, this is not advice. No one should look at the eclipse. I'm not an eclipse looking expert. I'm only attempting to look at it through cameras. It might ruin the cameras. I'd rather ruin a camera than my eyes. You could always get another camera. But somebody commented about that Space Command thing on Twitter. If you're not following me on Twitter, please check it out. At JG_CSTT is how you can find me on Twitter. And if you want to see those sponsor exclusive shows with John Cullen and we had Shepard Ambellis on Friday, make sure you get onto odyssey.com/@crowdsourcethetruth and crowdsourcethetruth.substack.com and subscribestar.com and patreon.com/crowdsourcethetruth. Where is it? There it is. So, let's see. It's real tough to get it focused, but I feel like it's, yeah, that thing is moving. I mean, I have so many friends that are experts in photography, whether it's time-lapse or, I don't know, I feel like somewhere in the middle is maybe the best focus, but I don't think this lens is going to be capable of focusing on that. I have a feeling you would need to probably still remove a lot of the light. I don't know. There's a lot I don't know about why we can or cannot focus on that. That seems okay. But yeah, I got a lot of friends that are expert photographers, but again, without being specialized in this type of, I think even if you were an astronomy photographer, there's going to be a degree of specialization in photographing eclipse eye that you just can't, I don't think. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you just pop out, get your polarizing filter, and get something. I don't think so, though. I think you're going to need a crazy, crazy long telephoto lens, and even probably a telescope if you want to see anything other than approximately what we've got right here. You know, it's just a bunch of dots. So I don't know, will it become occluded at some point? Or we just see schmeary dots? I mean, you know, this is one of these kind of test operations where maybe we get a good result, maybe not. Oh, look at that. It just went a little darker. Huh. Is that better focus? See what we can do here. Huh. I'd say that's better. Wow. Wow. Hunting for focus. Whoa. Oh. Lost it. Damn. There it is. I should have brought a tripod. Let's try again. That looks sharp. See, changing the, okay, so maybe it's fooling me. It's not sharp. So now as we stop down, we're not getting as much overexposure. So let's see if we can sharpen that up. Yeah, that looks sharp. Look at that. Can people see that? I think that might be pretty good. Wow. Okay, let's, I'm not gonna look at the phone right now. I'm just gonna stay on this for a while, try to hold it as still as I can. Oh, as I say that. So we're pretty, that's not bad for a phone. But wait a minute, doesn't the thing, oh, look, you can see it in the lower right-hand corner starting to get covered. Wow. Wow, maybe let's just stay on this. And I guess maybe after the fact I can speed this up. So I mean, again, this is maybe impressive for a tiny phone, but for something that's gonna happen once in our lifetime, we should probably be out here with a, you know, an 8K VistaVision sensor and some 300mm lens with lots of filtration and stuff, but I'm gonna say this has got to be pretty close to as good as we can get it on an iPhone. Huh, wait a minute, it seems to be going soft here, no? I guess that's changes in the lighting. Ah. Hey, that seems all right. Look, you can see it coming in the corner. Give it one more tiny little, yeah, that seems like it. Whoa. I guess I'll just stand here. So you see, if I had a tripod, I should have thought of this. How stupid. Could have put this on a tripod, sit here, and then look at the phone and deal with comments. But this is all right. People can chat among themselves, and I'll just stand here and get super thirsty. It's crazy hot right now. I didn't expect that. I think we see it starting to get eclipsed. Look at that, it's coming in. Huh. Whoa. It's looking like a cookie with a bite taken out of it. Solar eclipse, here we go. So do I have to stand here for 2 hours? No, I think they said it's gonna be at the peak sometime around 3. So I guess I just stand here for an hour looking at a dot. Let's see if I can get my hands on the other phone. Oh, there it is. Okay, I've got the other phone. It's perfect now, people say. Wow, getting a tan. Lesson learned for 2045. Oh no, I lost it. Where did it go? Oh. There it is. Whoa. Wow. I gotta stay on that. Definitely pretty good for a phone. We can see it. And then I guess this thing in the lower right is probably an optical effect on the lens. So people are saying 5 minutes. Does that mean 5 minutes from now it's gonna be totally eclipsed? Do people think this eclipse is the harbinger of planet X coming? Yeah, anyway, so what Shepard was saying about planet X is that it is the 10th planet, according to astronomers, and that it has an orbit so much bigger than any other planet in the solar system that it takes something like 3,600 years for it to complete one orbit. And when it's far away from the Earth, it doesn't really affect anything for us, but as it gets closer, it's going to do all kinds of stuff with, like, the moon affects the tides. This coming of planet X, Shepard says, had something to do with the earthquake. And he says there'll be more. I don't know if he's right. It's interesting. So, staring at the sun here. I hope it doesn't burn out this phone sensor. Seems like it's doing all right. You can see on this screen here if you want to have a look. Can you see that? I don't think you're going to be able to get a picture of somebody on the deck and the eclipse at the same time. So somebody says the next one is 2045. Right, NASA is launching a rocket, Brad reminds us. And so that was another thing that we were discussing on the show with Shepard and John, was that why the hell would NASA launch a rocket during an eclipse? And they say that it may have something to do with this asteroid Apophis, which is doing something with the planet X. It's maybe in its trail, or I don't know exactly. We got to ask Shepard and John Cullen about this. But NASA plans to launch the DART, which is like the direct asteroid retargeting system or something, or the double asteroid retargeting system, I don't know, where they're going to try to shoot an asteroid and knock it off course. Yeah, you definitely see more of the bite being taken out there. There's people here just like covering their eyes and looking at it. I don't think you're supposed to do that. And I definitely don't think you're going to be able to see anything. This is a ton of ND on this little camera. And also stop down all the crazy way. And we're just barely. Let me see if I can get it any sharper. That looks sharper. Wow. Trying to take down the sensitivity a bit. Look at that. That helped. Whoa. So I guess when it gets to 90%, we'll see something. Right now, I don't want to change this shot, but everything around me looks really fairly normal. I mean, the sky and it's not affecting the. Will it get cold? Probably. Huh. This is really something. Let's see if we can take it down even a little more. Whoop. Wow. Did that help? I mean, we're not going to see giant, flaming ball of fusion. I don't know that you're going to see any more detail than that. Obviously, I mean, on this camera. Huh, I would call this Eclipse photography iPhone experiment a success. Take a break from being a lawyer to become a cartoonist. Forgive me, I'm not a lawyer. Take a break from being a counter lawfare specialist to being a cartoonist to now being an eclipse photographer. This is coming out better than I expected it would. Oh. "10 to 20 degrees cooler." Well, that's going to be cold. Oh. Bite out of a cookie. Exactly. So now I'm trying to look at the comments and the eclipse. Planet X is being banned in Brazil. Is that true? I saw Elon Musk was going crazy over Brazil for some reason. It's too bad. I love Brazil. It's sad that it's falling to tyranny like the United States. Why does Brazil dislike Planet X? Rockets will be launched in minutes, in 16 minutes. Wow. You see, it's reminding me a little bit of that movie Independence Day, where everybody is excited for the aliens to show up and then they kill them. They kill us. I hope that nothing like that happens. Lee is texting me, but I don't want to. There's too much stuff going on to look at a text. Now, definitely I see the characteristics of the edge changing. It's too bad we don't have. Yeah, it's too bad I don't have a better camera. I don't know. I'm going to have to call my friend, the professional photographer, and tell him, based on this result, I have a feeling with a whole bunch of ND and a long lens, I probably should have had my Canon camera up here just to snap some pictures, but whatever, this is cool. RR says Planet X is a big hoax. How do you know that? Huh, now it seems like it's getting darker around here. For sure. the sky is dimming. We got a big bite out of the cookie here. Cape Canaveral is launching rockets in a few minutes, I guess. Now I might need to open up because it looks like it's getting darker on there. Huh, we're losing it. Ride the sensitivity there. See, this is what I mean. You got to be an expert at something like this because I don't know anything about it. Got to dial in your sensitivity. That looks good. Oh, where'd it go? Wait. Yeah, see, the lighting is changing quickly. So I just had to open up, and now it looks blurry as hell. I didn't change the focus. Definitely lighting conditions changing rapidly there now. Oh, it must be the clouds. That's what it is. Yeah, there's clouds blowing in front now. All right, well, I think I'll just wait. All right, so let's do this. Wait for these clouds to clear. Wow, that was something, right? We're gonna come back to that. Not bad for a tiny little phone. I'm impressed. Good job, Apple. Too bad that headset is so stupid. I just saw somebody doing another review of that saying how stupid it is. So now we just have clouds there. Yeah. We'll wait for the clouds to blow over. There's some clear sky over that way. What do people think about that Eclipse video? No problem, Brian. You're welcome. Oh, it is really getting cold now. But we'll come back to the Eclipse. I don't feel any different, Betty. Did people see the cartoon, Jason? I'm really proud of that. That was a lot of work. Not done yet. We'll keep tweaking that. Thanks, Betty. I always try, you know? There's some evil people out there who like to bust my balls. I'm just trying to have a good time, make some videos, earn some money. If you're liking this video and you're not yet a sponsor, please visit odyssey.com/@crowdsourcethetruth. There it is back there, I think. crowdsourcethetruth.substack.com or subscribestar.com or patreon.com/crowdsourcethetruth. I love Odyssey. It's got a great search engine on there. You can have live chat during the sponsor exclusive segments and the free segments. The live chat community on Odyssey is really growing. People love to live chat during the sponsor segments. Yeah, New Jersey's right over there. I can see the clouds are dispersing. The sun's going to come back up pretty soon. And we'll get another look around at the eclipse. We'll see where it's at. But people are really liking the live chat on Odyssey. And also there's a search engine on Odyssey that makes it easier to find the old legacy videos. And also it seems to be not controlled by the deep state because the stupid Mario brothers and the various assholes who are constantly trying to terminate my videos for several reasons: to A, destroy my business, B, knock me off of social media, which is essentially the same thing, but also to prevent you or anyone from putting together all this stuff that, like, what the hell were they doing 7 years ago? You know, even though I have the videos, I sometimes forget, and then I watch them again and I'm reminded of things. You can really put a lot of stuff together when you have that kind of continuity, and you can watch the videos from 7 years ago, knowing what you know now, observing what has changed. I'm photographing this way. And the sun is up there.
Okay, I know.
No problem.
I just don't want to be...
Then here you go.
Thanks.
Although there are cameras up here. There's one right there looking right at you. Anyway, it's become also the largest repository for legacy crowdsource the truth content on the internet. So Odyssey is a good way for people to stay up on information, look at the old videos that you missed, and to support Crowdsource the Truth. The other thing that's great for me about Odyssey is that it is its own video host. It doesn't rely on Vimeo. I have to pay all of these other companies to, oh yeah, what did Lee say? To pay all these other companies to be able to bring videos on the other platforms. Oh, Lee is doing AI stuff. He says the prompt, he's just, you know, he and I exchange AI graphics, experimenting with prompts and new tools. It's a very interesting, I'm excited by it. Did people see the photo real image I created on Twitter? Demonstrating an aspect of my theory about Operation Paperclip. People should check out all the stuff I have on Twitter. If you're not already following me, you could go on there at JGCSTT. Yeah, no, I know, Nick. The thing is, this is my apartment building, so I don't want to be a little more polite. Seems a little on edge with the block of wood. What's he doing with the block of wood? All right, so let me keep it this way. I think it's a tube. So Jane Doe says, a psychic I follow said there will be a sound frequency raised that will make some people feel sick. If affected, natural salt will help. Well, how is that going to happen? I think that's like that Havana syndrome, right? They were saying that that was audio frequency or something, right? Electronic. I think I feel the sun coming back. It's good rest for my arms as well. So 2:32, I think it said sometime around 2:30 was supposed to be the peak eclipse. I guess it's like peak foliage, right? Now let's see. Get started. So this is what my, oh yeah. See right there at the center of the polarizers is where it gets its best result. Oh, hang on. Ooh. Okay. So let's see if I can get that dialed back in. Oh. This is not easy. Where'd it go? Darn. All right, let's try again. Can't find it. Okay. There we go. Try it like this. There we go. Oh yeah. That looks good. Wow. Huh. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, we could still stop down a bit more. I mean, this can't, but if I had more filtration, there's definitely, I don't know what my friend, the photographer, was talking about. I think he's wrong. I guess even, I've got like a 140 millimeter lens downstairs, but probably, well, it's too late now. I don't want to leave and miss it. I'll tell you what, after the peak of this, once it goes to the center, maybe I'll stop the live stream and go downstairs and get the big camera and try to take some still pictures based on what we know now about, boy, that looks a lot better than I expected it would. Can you guys see it? You want to take a look at the screen on this phone? I've got it. Take a look. I can't move too much.
That's pretty awesome.
Wow.
It's like somebody took a bite out of a cookie, right?
How long will it take across? About an hour?
I think they said it's going to go from 2:16 to 4:20 something.
Oh wow, so it's like 2 hours.
But I mean, you know, it'd get to the middle and then,
Yeah, we'll start to go.
yeah. So that's cool. So we'll watch it when it hits the middle and gives the maximum occlusion. Then I'll go downstairs and try to get the other camera. See what I can make that do. Whoop. So I breathe, I almost lose the shot. Think about how far away this is happening. Wow. It's amazing, as it blocks out more of the sun, it's doing basically exactly what I wanted, reducing the light. We're seeing more detail. Wow. Gosh, well done, iPhone. Yeah, Lee was texting AI pictures that he's making for his new magazine, Dakota. We were talking about that on Saturday on High Dive with Lee Stranahan. Bigger bite for sure. So there's got to be other things that have better cameras pointed at this. Whoa. Holy cow. I think it's going to be cool once it gets past the center. Ah, look, we can start to see more detail on the leading edge. It's the moon, right, that's blocking it? Unless it's Planet X. I think if it was that close, we'd be... Wow. Pac-Man, exactly. Waka, 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 waka. So according to Siri just now, peak eclipse across the 5 boroughs is 3:25. Oh my God, I don't think I could stand here. What time is it? That's another, almost an hour. We'll try it. Yeah, so the idea for the cartoons there, I mean, you know, obviously it started out as, where's Diddy? And just trolling Diddy. How did I decide to put me in the cartoon? I guess, I don't remember. Where's Diddy was a logical thing. And then, yeah, I think I just had the idea of putting me and Shepard and, oh yeah, no, me and Shepard and Luke Sly Talker was the first idea, and Shepard was the first one I did. He came out great as a Simpsons character. So then I did me, and people said, that's terrible. So I started tweaking on it and got a little bit kind of hooked. Wow, look at that. You can start to almost see the curved surface of the moon. Whoa. Whoops. So I think Charles is on a plane right now, missing the Eclipse. Anybody out there drive a Mitsubishi Eclipse? I don't even think they make those anymore. Whoop, whoop. Well, maybe that's just an anomaly that makes it look like the curved surface. Could you imagine if you had a camera with enough resolution that you could see detail on the surface of the moon in a shot like this? I don't know if people's eyes are getting burned by this. I don't think looking at it is a good idea. That's why I'm looking at it through this camera. Oh no! There it is. Oh. There we go. See, what's happening is, there, I need to lean forward and not, this thing keeps, you know, because it's a gimbal, it's trying to, I had to put the phone in my back pocket to change how I'm holding this. So, I guess it might be another 40 minutes of just looking at that. Okay, now the lighting is changing again. Oh, I think we got more clouds coming over. Oops. I lost it. Yeah, more cloud cover. All right, so we can go back to looking at the comments for a moment. Pretty wild, huh, people? Now it's getting cold. So you can see how you can barely see anything. I'm feeling super thirsty.
If you don't look at it directly, you don't have to worry. You know, you can turn your back to the sun if you want. So just come out on the roof and I'll be here.
You definitely get the best view of it by turning your back to it. Full coverage will be awesome. Yeah, we got some clouds up over there. I guess it's easiest to see like this when the clouds are in the way. Let's see if I can sit down, maybe. That'll be easier. There we go. So I'll sit. Why is that not? Okay. Where is it? So hard to, once you lose the shot, it's very difficult to get it back. Maybe the sitting is not so good. Here, let's see. Trying to find the ideal spot. Not easy. Where did it go? There it is.
I saw it a few minutes ago. I don't see anything now.
I think it's still cloudy. Yeah, that's looks blurry because it's so cloudy. Wait for the clouds to clear. There you go, Eclipse live stream. What do people think about that? Do other channels have good Eclipse? I think it's the filter. Well, no, I think we were having it pretty sharp through the filter when the clouds weren't there. Filter's not great, right? Thank you, John. My insights and dealings are worth the subscription. I appreciate that. The lens is a dark spot. Well, it's not a dark spot. What it is I took two linear polarizing filters and I line them up so that their axes, you know, the way those things work is they're filtering polarized light. So that's light all traveling in parallel rays. And when you arrange them such that they are at a 90-degree axis, the polarization axis of one is rotated 90 degrees relative to the other, it really knocks down maybe 90% of the light. And I think that's the only reason we're able to see anything on this camera. NASA channel in Texas. Yeah, see, that's going to be good. They're going to have, you know, red cameras and 8K and all the filters and lenses and every expert in that kind of photography in the world versus just this, which is, you know, a fun way to observe the phenomenon. But you're right, it is making it darkest in the center there, probably due to not perfectly 45-degree alignment and other imperfections with these just little tiny. I busted these out of some 3D glasses, so it's not exactly Zeiss optics that we're dealing with here, not NASA level, but still fun and interesting to observe. I think the clouds are clearing. So let's try to bring it back into focus. Damn it, I accidentally ended the stream. I can't believe this thing doesn't give a message like, are you sure you want to end the live stream? I gotta write an email to the people who make this software. That is so stupid. You just hit the button by accident and it stops. Sorry, everybody. A lot of people enjoying that live stream and it ended. Damn it, I accidentally ended the stream. Did it come back? I don't think so. Does it do that? It should be back on the channel, or at least on some of the channels. Sorry, everybody. That's really annoying. Okay, let's try this again. I think that's the end of the show.
I'm pretty good. How are you? Did I call you?
Still live, it says. I'm back. Okay, good. Maybe that solved itself somehow. I don't know, it's weird.
I know.
All right, let's see if we can get it.
By the way, I just wanted to mention to you because I never
Okay.
that will it come in a few days or should I?
Very out of focus.
All right,
There we go. Getting somewhere. Ooh.
maybe I just don't do that. Okay,
Ha.
I'll take a look at front, but these were pocket calls, so I apologize for that.
All the adjustments are very, very close to the stop button. All right, we're going to stay right there.
You don't have to look at it.
Okay, still going.
And you can even look at it now. I
Oh,
don't think that.
oh, 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 see, I look down at the phone, I lose it. Damn. There it is. pretty good. Well, what I'll do is, there's actually a higher quality recording mode that's happening in the phone on the stick. So when this is all done, I'll create a director's cut in case any of the other channels got broken there. I'll just make a continuous version with the highest quality clips. And then people who are sponsors of the show will get that. So become a sponsor. Go to odyssey.com/@crowdsourcethetruth, crowdsourcethetruth.substack.com, or subscribestar.com, or patreon.com/crowdsourcethetruth. You know, in addition to being able to access all the legacy content and have a search engine and live chat during sponsor exclusive segments, it's the most economical way to sponsor Crowdsource the Truth. You can become a sponsor on Odyssey for as little as $3 a month, plus I think it's 53 cents or 57 cents a fee for Odyssey, but it's really worth it. And that's great of them that they were able to make that discount sponsorship tier. I asked them to do that specifically for Crowdsource the Truth viewers that didn't have that until they added it for me. I'm passing the savings on to you because I don't have to pay, you know, 2 separate companies to bring the videos on Odyssey. It makes it possible for that discount membership at only $3 a month. So please join on Odyssey if you're not yet sponsoring the show.
I see.
And a huge thank you to everybody who's sponsoring on Patreon and Subscribestar. Thanks for joining for this Eclipse live stream. This is happening right now in New York City. No aliens yet. Shepard, if you're watching, I feel all right. No earthquake currently. Whoops. No aliens, no earthquakes. We just got Eclipse. Are we as zoomed in as we can be? Whoa.
Just saw, what did I see?
Beautiful day, huh?
I know.
Finally spring.
Wow. Yeah, I don't know. I think a better camera would get a great result. After this thing goes on center,
They say it's 33% now. It's coming.
I just heard somebody say something about 33%. Please share this stream. I think a lot of people got knocked off when they thought it stopped. Now, James, with the jokes there, where are the videos that you said you were going to send me, dude? You're not the sheriff of YouTube. Send me the damn videos. You said you were going to look for them. It was over a year ago. What are you doing? Look at that. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's something to be said for this sort of low fidelity capture. Just dropped the phone. Somebody painting their fingernails up here? What does that smell? This is really something else.
Hello. Hi, how are you?
Let's see if we can get it any sharper. That's as zoomed in as we get, as stopped down as we get, and as sharp as we get on this particular camera.
Are you photographing it somehow?
I am. You want to take a look?
What do you see? 'Cause I see what I see with this.
Take
Hi,
a.
I'm Yael.
I'm Jason. How you
Hi,
doing?
Jason.
We're on a live stream right here.
So I should be quiet.
Can you see that on the screen?
Wow.
Pretty good, right?
Yeah. Did you need to put a special lens? Or?
I put 2 polarizing filters on there. Or yeah, I don't think it would be able to see anything without that. Too bright.
Am I in your way? We're looking at the sky. I'm not standing.
You're not tall enough.
But my hair gets big, so I don't want that to get in the way.
No. You want to take a look on the screen?
Yeah, I'm sitting behind you. That's okay, Jason.
Yeah, it's fine.
That's what I have. The big hair. That was so cool. Interesting.
That's amazing. I mean, so in about however much time we've been up here, it's gone from a tiny little bite to almost occluding the entire sun.
Amanda can't get out of the building. So you saw the full sun when you started?
Oh yeah.
Where'd you get your glasses? My neighbor. She's gonna be up
I'll
here
tell you,
and
I
ended up
think you
going
can see the
to
curvature of the
Central
surface
Park.
of the moon. Am I crazy? I must be imagining that. That's just an illusion.
She got moved also, so we were planning to be up here together. I think these were yeah. Wherever they were. Well, anything to make it up. That is weird. Is it my vision, or is there like a double?
So, has anybody heard about the launching of the DART rocket? Is it doing anything? Whoop. Oh.
Okay, so you can see the whole thing. Oh, you are?
Thank you, Gary. Nearly an hour. Yeah, we're getting close to 3. Oh, wow, yeah, we've been up here an hour. That's amazing. Wow, that is astounding. Time is flying because we're just looking at a slit for an hour. Which, for those curious, that's basically what Lee was doing as well. Denise says earthquakes on the West Coast soon. Well, I hope not. Some little kids looking at it now. That is really something. So what's funny is the sky, as I look at it, looks completely blue and normal and bright. But, you know, because of all this filtration, of course, see, when you look outside the center of my lens, this is basically what the sky looks like, total normal day, as of right now.
David, you see the moon? You see the moon? And it's light up. Right.
It's hard to get it back in this shot here. How do we get it back here?
Did you ever see this as a kid, Andrew?
Yeah, I think about it at school. I don't think I went to the, but I remember it like,
Okay, well, were you like
when I was young.
young? Okay, that's what I. Yeah, that's what I.
It's interesting how it got very much brighter there. Let's see if we zoom back a little bit. Do we get more?
Years ago.
Maybe that's because it went to some digital mode.
But it was a solar eclipse.
Ah, so is this now optical? Let's try that.
I think it there. Yeah, it was. I remember someone worked.
Yeah, they'd gone.
Huh.
That's what she was saying. I was like, I remember it being.
Wow.
I don't remember.
It did. It was. Your dad was talking about that. I forget what place, but some place, Medville, something. Ava, where are you going?
Oh, Bedford?
think it's got to do with, digital zoom versus optical zoom.
Oh yeah, you have to have like a filter on it to get, I think, to get the. If you do it through this, then. Hey, Mama! Maybe you want to put it on again?
That might be the best image we can get right there. I think that's. Oh wait, see the brightness is going up and down. I'm not adjusting anything. That's going to be cloud cover, I guess.
Well, no, but yeah, I mean, right now.
What?
When it's fully done.
Oh, it's not done till 4 something. But it'll get really dark and in like most dark.
Yeah, so I think we're looking right now at the maximum optical zoom on the phone without introducing digital zoom, which is really not getting us any closer to the thing or any more magnification. It's just blowing up pixels in the phone. And then what we can see is as the clouds cover it, that looks like good exposure. And then the clouds go away and that looks like overexposure. So probably need about twice as much filtration, but 4 times more optical zoom. I'm gonna drop my phone. I'll get it later.
The dark one?
It did?
You have to zoom a little
It's gonna be somebody in the audience saying, no, zoom back in. Let's see. Yeah, see, I think it's just magnifying pixels at that point. I don't think we're really getting any more.
Look that dark. It just doesn't make clouds change.
Oh, just totally lost it. Buffering. Well, there's probably a lot of people up here using their phones now. CERN is doing their nonsense at this very moment. What are they doing? They are doing nonsense. NASA has launched rockets during the last 5 solar eclipses. It's not out of the norm. Learned that fact this morning. Getting dark in Chicago. Seems pretty much the same. Actually, wait a minute. It does seem like it's getting unusually dark here now.
Did you tell your teacher about your earring? What did she say? Who's your sister telling everybody? What about, where's Baby? Hang on, there's your sister. Who's that? Ava, who's this?
Just trying to dial it in a bit here. There we go. Wow, so now I'm not adjusting, and there's just wild
That's so cute.
variations in exposure. Look at that. Wow. It's like pulsating. That's got to be the clouds. A raw recording camera with much more dynamic range so that it could capture very bright highlights and dark shadows. This camera, particularly all zoomed in, is going to be particularly bad at that. But still, it's pretty good. Yeah, it is getting a bit darker. The settings that I'm changing are I'm using an app, a camera app called Switcher Studio. And I have the ability to control the ISO, which is the sensitivity of the sensor, the electronic exposure time, you know, the shutter speed, zoom, which is optical, and also there's a bit of digital zoom on here. Can you see that on here? See the sun? It's about little kids hopping around on the roof now.
Yeah, so I gotta, you know what? Oh my goodness.
That's looking pretty sharp. So now I'm not adjusting anything. I don't have my hands on the adjustments at all. This is just cloud cover or I don't know. But exposure is changing quite dramatically from second to second. It's got to be cloud density. Am I gone? Over here. Well, getting dark. So I guess what's happening is now that it's mostly occluded, these small changes, now I am adjusting. So these small changes in exposure, so it's almost totally occluded. Oh, and we got clouds. A lot of clouds coming. Darn. See this Eclipse photography. It's got a lot of pitfalls to it. We got a smudge right now. Let's go wider. So people can now compare this to the previous shot, get an idea. It is getting darker, definitely. And cold. I'll take this opportunity to get my jacket from up there.
Yeah, there's also this.
Oh. Oh yeah, I look over here.
It's really cold now. Oh, and there's a lot of people up here too. I've done so many photography tests on this roof. Stereoscopic cameras, 360 cameras, stereoscopic 360 cameras, and now an Eclipse. Ooh, okay. So until those clouds clear, we're not going to get a good close-up. Back to comments. But what do people think? It says only buffering, intermittent. Experiments where they try to duplicate this projector effect to the right of the sun. I don't know why. I guess probably everybody up here now is suddenly using their phone. But as far as buffering and any kind of problems that this broadcast has had, I will put together a director's cut of this, and people who are sponsors will be able to see that on odyssey.com/@crowdsourcethetruth, crowdsourcethetruth.substack.com, and subscribestar.com and patreon.com/crowdsourcethetruth. Sometime after the show. I'm going to have some work to do after this, so that might be a little while. Yeah, this is live from New York City for people who are just joining. On about 25th Street here, on the roof of my apartment building. And you're watching Crowdsource the Truth if you've never seen this before, this channel. Just waiting for these clouds to clear to go back to a zoomed in shot. Huh, you're right. It doesn't seem to be playing where it says live. Strange. Yeah, I think it is buffering. I agree with that. Oh no, there we go. Now it's back to my live shot. I think there's a lot of people who have come to the roof and are now probably jamming up this little Wi-Fi, cellular spot. Okay, it looks like the clouds are clearing.
Remember how it's when it's light here, it's dark?
Ah,
Because we live on a circle, and the moon goes around.
it's almost fully occluded. Look at that. Wow.
Oh, is it coming back or is it just the clouds? Because it feels like it's getting brighter, but it's just because there were clouds there and now they're not.
That is very close to fully eclipsed. Yeah, I mean, again, we're back to really a lot of exposure changes. I'm not touching anything.
Extremely theoretical to that. What's like for all they know, this happens every
The thing to the right of the sun someone is asking me about is, I think, coming from the filter that I have on this camera, because I've got two pieces of polarizing material stacked on one another, set at 90 degrees. You know, their axes aligned, or perpendicular, I should say, to one another. And I think that's creating that little smudge that we're seeing when light hits it in a certain way. I think. Oh yeah, nothing I love more than other people's screaming children stepping on me. Of course, they can't control their children, but if I say anything, then I'll be yelled at. Oh, that looks like better focus. Whoops.
You have it in your hand. Just hold it. Ollie, what is it? Just hold it.
What? And what's the other side say?
Actually, the company, if you've got a pair of those paper Eclipse glasses, take a look. They probably say they're made by American Paper Optics. That's a company I used to buy 3D glasses from a long, long time ago. And a very nice guy who runs that company makes a lot of money selling 3D glasses and fireworks glasses and Eclipse glasses. Probably made a ton of money from this. That's pretty good. I know somebody was telling me a lot of people are driving to Sarasota to, I don't know what. I guess you see 100% eclipse from there, and it's 90% eclipse from here. But I'll take the 90 and no driving. Pretty good. It's just almost a slit. Yeah, it's darker for sure. I don't know if I want to zoom out because then it'll be hard to find it again, but the sky looks pretty normal. Please share this stream, everybody. And subscribe if you aren't already. This isn't really the type of content I'm normally doing, but oh God, I keep dropping the phone. But it sort of is. It's just whatever is going on in New York City. Not usually as many screaming kids. I'm getting super close here. Wow. I'm going to open up a little bit on the exposure. Very, very close to total eclipse of the sun. Now we got dogs watching. I know that dog. If the dog's not freaking out, that's a good sign. I think dogs know things about stuff like this. Kids do not. That kid's trying to grab it. Kid grab this, then you're gonna see me get yelled at.
Hi, my girl.
I think we got more clouds there. But if we're only getting, oh. Opening up again on the exposure because it just looks like it's gonna go to just total slit. Wow, look at that. Wow. These kids step on my jacket one more time and they're gonna get clotheslined. The adults are smiling and happy as their stupid kids step all over me. Girls, can you play over there, please? Thank you. It only took 70 times. It's because I'm holding this thing and the kids are interested in it, so they want to run over here. But their stupid adult parents are too dumb to tell them, why don't you leave that man alone instead of stepping on him? Oh, there it goes. exposure there. Now it's becoming difficult to focus. I don't know. It's almost totally eclipsed.
I think it's like the smaller.
Opening up. Oh, I'm opening way, way up now. It's going total eclipse.
Remy, I think it's really small right now. You want to see? It's really big.
Gotta increase the shutter speed. Yeah, that's definitely a lens flare because that's what we're getting when I increase the shutter speed. Okay, so now we're at a faster shutter speed and stopped all the way down with or sensitivity all the way down. See, we don't have an iris on this lens, so we're missing an important way to control the exposure. But we're still getting pretty close. Zooming out a bit now, so we can be totally optical. And let's see, how does the exposure of the sky around it look? Yeah, that smudge is definitely this lens or the filtration that I've got on it. As you see, as I open up, it's reflecting more internally. Making a lot of adjustments to try to keep it visible here. It's just barely a slit of sun. Ooh, it's almost completely gone. Opening up again. Oh, look at that. Zooming out a bit now, so we can stay on the optical end of the zoom. That's really something right there. That looks like more than 90% of an eclipse. I mean, you're barely seeing any of it. Opening way up.
Actually, honey, you know what? It's different. Try it one more time. You actually can see the obscurity. It's like a little...
Wow.
Very nice.
Yeah, I mean, I think we've basically seen it there. It's going to be kind of, that's eclipsed. back in. Yeah, I think it's just going to get blurry if I zoom in more. Got to stay in the optical range. Now it's darker and cold. So when we start to see it poke through the other side, I'll go downstairs and get the other camera.
I'm telling you. She went with mommy to Madison Square. They're looking over there.
Thanks for tuning in, everybody. I appreciate everybody watching. Share the stream. Well, now it seems to be getting brighter. It's funny, I guess, so this is the 90%, is that I guess it's never fully blocked out, and now somehow the cookie is getting bigger, but not in the direction that I thought it would. See, there's a lot of complicated things about eclipses that I don't know. Ooh, that looks pretty good. I guess people have had their fill of the eclipse. The crowd is starting to clear. I think we got it there. Yeah, people are saying it's buffering. I guess probably a lot of people are live streaming the eclipse or something. Pretty cool. Let's see if we can see it. Oh, this would have been a good idea to come around this side. Hey, how you doing? Can we see it? It's super bright. Let's see if we can. How do we do this? Yeah, well, it just looks like a dot there. Well, all right, I think that's going to basically do it for the Eclipse live stream. Thanks so much for tuning in, everybody. Please become a sponsor on odyssey.com/@crowdsourcethetruth, crowdsourcethetruth.substack.com. Don't forget to read the Twitter coup on Substack. It's free. You can also sponsor on subscribestar.com/crowdsourcethetruth or patreon.com/crowdsourcethetruth. I'm going to go downstairs and try and snap some pictures of this thing with a bigger lens. Thanks for tuning in, everybody.